Hello, hello, ladies and germs. We're here today in the podcast booth, Unnatural Selections. Today we're covering Resident Evil series with some bad films and some really good games, but also some bad games. I'm your 1/3 host, Callum, and I'm here today with
Robert, and with Callum, we make 2/3 of this host.
But there's 1/3 left, right? There's
There
1/3
is,
left,
correct.
and that's Alex. That's me.
Nice to have you here, Alex.
I'm still.
Alex, I didn't see you there.
And,
Yeah. If we got Resident Evil 1, 2, then we've got 3 over here.
I want to be
Yeah.
7.
You know, you don't get 7.
I
No.
want to be 7.
That
No.
means we need at least.
Yeah, we need a
lot
few more
people
members.
on this
You know
pod
what
if
you
that's
get?
the case.
You get Resident Evil 0. That's what you get.
It's a liked game. You
Yeah,
get
well,
Resident Evil 6.
It's not as good as 7, is it? Not as good as 4. Yeah. Think about that.
I just want to say briefly, for the listener who cannot see us, obviously we haven't got that technology yet.
We're investing in it.
We are investing in it.
We're making
We're doing
machines.
our best, but we are dirt poor students.
It's true.
Alex has got the Leon Kennedy jacket on today.
I have indeed got the bomber jacket on, which ironically I did buy after I played the 4th game. So I definitely was psyoped by the game to see that on Vinted and go, no, I'm buying that jacket.
It hit you in the core of consumerism.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I need that jacket.
He's actually,
And I had curtains at the same
He's a
same
massive
time.
fraud because he doesn't even look like Leon Kennedy. He looks like Ramon Salazar.
Alex
Wow.
is not even his name.
Wow. Alex isn't my name, no.
No.
No. It's Mr. Crick. First name Mr., last name Crick.
Chef Crick.
Chef Crick actually is my
Chef
name.
Crick.
And we did a bit of a review, didn't we, of the canteen
Yes.
food? And I wasn't a big fan, was I?
No, for context, yesterday, Alex and I are a part of the Film Society at our university.
Wonderful society.
And we had 4 hours to kill. So not only did we watch this movie, which we'll talk about hopefully,
Unfortunately.
we got some scran from the cafeteria.
Oh, indeed we did, Robert.
And Alex has this split personality, as it were, called Chef Crick, who I don't think has ever tasted a meal that is to his standard.
No,
But
Chef
he loves
Crick's
a good drink.
He loves a drink. Oh, he loves a beverage.
Don't we all?
But he's a hard man to please with food. And he wasn't impressed by the... they ran out of rice. It was going to be chicken and rice, but it was chicken and pasta with a really bad white sauce that actually just ruined the pasta, and I would have had it plain.
Bechamel?
I don't know.
This entire segment also brought us to a thing that I'd like to share with you, Callum. We had this sort of debate of, can we make up an opinion that no one has ever had before?
We did. We
So
talked about
an
this.
opinion statement that no one has ever said out loud or thought of. I want to start with Alex. What was your chief of all the statements that
I think
we could
a statement that surely no one would believe is that fish are not fit for purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that really hits to the meat of what we're trying to talk about here.
And I got another thing actually to mention with Callum. Do you know about the eel reproduction?
Oh yeah, this is a very
This is
interesting.
news to me. You're bringing me various
Do you know about the
subjects.
eel reproduction fandango?
I'm unaware of this.
You're not aware of the eel reproduction fandango?
I was not privy to this information until yesterday.
Is that the official title, the eel reproduction?
I've just given it that
fandango?
fandango. Let's get into the meat and bones of this. This might derail
is
the
the
conversation,
conspiracy
but this is a
segment.
conspiracy segment. Scientists for so long, and I think they have actually found certain things that hint at how they reproduce. For so long, didn't know how eels reproduce because they've never seen them have sex. They don't have traditional reproductive organs, and so the scientists tried to basically. There's a study in, I don't know where it was, but they basically put a load of eels in a tank and they put in reproductive hormones into the water. They just ate each other, and so they didn't find out how they have sex. But what they did was they tracked eels, thinking, oh, if we track them, we'll find out where they breed.
They put an Apple AirTag on them.
They slid an AirTag into their pocket,
Yeah.
because eels have pockets, and they just found that eels just go to the Bermuda Triangle, and then they come back and there's more. So what, like 1 or 2 eels will go, and then like 4 or 5 will come back. You know.
So I want to propose my theory as to what is going on in the Bermuda Triangle. So
I'm sorry, this is baffled me.
So
This is,
unnatural
yeah.
selections, right? I'm going to assume here, if you're watching a video game to movie adaptation episode, you might be familiar on what Minecraft is.
Maybe.
I think there is a eel spawn block in the Bermuda Triangle, and that's where all the eels are coming from.
That
It's the only thing that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Let's just get that out of the way. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I'm actually speechless.
It is. Which isn't good for this podcast.
So right, okay, right. Let me wrap my head around this. So we don't know how they reproduce, but they go to the Bermuda Triangle, and then come back, and there's more.
Yeah, they arise with more.
However, I think the current knowledge now, this is a lot more recent that we've actually figured out, is that they reproduce similarly to a lot of fish, where they lay eggs and then they fertilize over the eggs and then boom, they hatch. But for so long, they didn't know how eels had sex, and they just knew that they went to Bermuda Triangle and more came back. That was how it happened.
Have we considered that maybe it's like you say, how fish do it, like a cycle?
Well, no,
so the eggs
that's
have to be laid at a certain pressure or
that's the current understanding.
I like to think
they
this
reproduce.
I like to think this is a full lecture worth
of
marine biology, and there's some very intellectual group of people out there talking right now as we are about what eels are really doing.
Eelologists.
Because like when I go out to the Bermuda Triangle,
that's the technical term.
That might be the technical term, eelologist.
When I go out to the Bermuda Triangle, I can't even tell you what I do, but I will say, for legal reasons, it has nothing to do with anything that you've just mentioned.
Do you go to the Bermuda Triangle in an aeroplane and go back in time mysteriously through a wormhole?
No comment. Even if you had said anything, I wouldn't be able to comment on it.
Well, I think your lack of comment brings me to what my opinion was.
Okay.
My opinion that's never been claimed before, and I'd say my opinion is that all music is fine. It's okay.
What about JoJo Siwa?
That's what I mean. No one has the opinion that music is just fine. You either like a bit of music, you love all music, or you hate music or hate all music.
Right. So
there's no one who is extremely neutral towards music.
Okay. I see.
There's no one who's been like, oh, music's on. Okay, I can tolerate this.
I'm hanging in there. You know, I'm hanging in there.
Someone who sees music as like sort of just a thing that happens, not has no particular opinion or like feeling derived from music. They have it as a facet of life that occurs sometimes.
We can only assume that those people are listening to this podcast.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because they'd find the music in their ears.
If you liked music, if you had music in your tinny headphones, you wouldn't be listening to this tripe, would you?
This jibber jabber.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is actually the best podcast ever.
It might be.
No, because it is. Because I've asked people, and I've held focus groups of around 10 people.
Oh,
and they've all come back. And bearing in mind, all these people I'm either good friends with or related to, they've said it was excellent.
That's good.
So I may be being fed propaganda, or
propaganda is what happens when a British man looks at something.
He's having a propaganda. He's having a propaganda at that.
Oh, he's on a roll.
As I make that funny joke, I do want to make an apology for last episode.
Oh, wow.
There was a joke I made that, in hindsight, I realised that I stole.
Oh.
I stole a joke.
You stole a joke.
And I only realised it because I listened to a podcast on the way here, and the exact same joke that I told was on that podcast.
Ooh. We considered that
the Oscar
they
buzz,
stole it from us.
The Oscar buzz line that I did after you did your incredible Hugh Jackman impression.
Thank you.
I said, "Do you hear that? That's Oscar buzz." And that is from the comedy group Auntie Donna.
That's my aunt's name.
Wow. She a part of the group, maybe?
No, I think she might just be my aunt. She could be. But I mean, it was her birthday the other day.
I think it's
Happy
brilliant.
birthday.
I just want to say it's very brilliant. Happy birthday.
Can we sing
Auntie Donna?
No, we can't sing it.
Sorry.
I think we just need to acknowledge that Auntie Donna has now been mentioned twice on the pod.
Can we get her on?
She was in the first one. If she's willing,
Is she going to be our first guest?
Yeah.
Get her like a press guest badge, and we'll sit her in the corner. We'll take Luke's spot for the day.
He's going to have to stand.
Yeah. He can maybe sit on my lap if he wants.
Yeah, but I would like to issue an apology to the Auntie Donna boys.
Can we have a 10 minute silence?
10 minutes silence.
10-second silence.
10 second silence.
10 second silence. Start now.
Is anyone counting?
I was hoping you were.
I think it's about done now anyway.
Yeah,
so.
that seems like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I think there's also another apology that we all need to address, really.
Is it to Joe Rogan for starting beef with him in the first
I
episode?
have no apologies over Joe Rogan.
I feel like we're going to lose that battle.
I stand by what I say.
I think the three of us could take him.
He's quite strong.
If we stood on top of each other, and, like we were sneaking
had a
into
trench
cinema,
coat as well.
Alternatively, like a Megazord formation.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think we could take him.
Because I think if you two wrap yourselves around my arms, then we could maybe fashion like a shield and like a club.
Like gauntlets almost.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like Fallout power fists.
Yeah.
Who are we apologising to?
So I think we need to apologise to our audience
oh my.
because my freaky family was not covered.
Oh yes. Oh,
I don't even want to talk about it.
It's a shame, wasn't it? It's a shame.
Well, Alex, I think you can explain what exactly happened and why we decided to pivot to Resident Evil.
You know the funniest part is I actually can't. You know why I can't? Because I was really excited to do My Freaky Family. And now we're not.
I have a confession.
Yeah. Go on.
It was my fault.
Why was it your fault, Callum? What did you do?
Well, we can't digress on this podcast, but it rhymes with ras disposen.
What?
Gas explosion.
Oh,
yeah, the gas explosion. Oh god, I forgot about that.
Gas
That's true.
explosion.
I was
forgot about
involved.
it.
We actually got we booked out a private screening of My Freaky Family.
Yeah.
All of the cast were
The
involved.
problem was that
Besides the director, because he had like a stomach bug, I think.
Yeah.
problem was that the fumes got to my brain, so I forgot
Yeah.
that the gas explosion even happened.
You did like a weird fent fold at the front.
Yeah.
He got up and did a
We
fent
dragged him
fold.
out in time though. We knew
Yeah.
it was imminent.
Because he was sweating. It was crazy. He was
Yeah.
like a greased pig.
Callum was
like-
was actually very prepared. He had the gas mask before we were on the tube there, and he had the.
It's almost like
apparatus on.
it's almost like he instigated the
Don't say this.
explosion.
Don't.
But it's weird because my role was like the canary in the mine.
Yeah.
I sort of started fent folding, and then Robert was like, "Something's not right."
I was the Walton of the Frankenstein story.
Oh, that's a good Frankenstein
was-
reference.
Yeah,
That's good Frankenstein
I
reference.
reported all of this, and I am doing so right now.
Look, all I'm saying is that if I caused a gas explosion, I wouldn't tell many people. I would tell some people, but I wouldn't tell many people.
You wouldn't tell this podcast.
I know. Maybe.
Mm.
It depends how I
fine.
felt on the day, really. It's
Fair
just,
dues.
yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't ask me questions. I get scared.
Wow.
Can I do my opinion now?
What?
My opinion that no one's ever had.
Oh yeah, yes. Do your opinion on I've had.
I don't like food.
Well, we know that from your fucking tuna and apple diet.
No, because I do like that. I do like tuna
Do
and
you
apples.
care to explain that to the?
Well, because like you can't not like food. It's necessary. It's like not liking drink
well,
Oh,
there
right.
are some
or
people.
home or shelter.
I get what he's saying. He's saying like you can't dislike every single food. There can't be a
Yeah.
guy that's just I hate all food.
Because he can't
Yeah.
survive unless you have like protein packs or the bug blocks.
Because
from
there'll be
Snowpiercer.
specific meals he doesn't like, but there's be other meals that he does like. Right.
Goated reference from.
But
Callum.
even then, if I did like the bug blocks from Snowpiercer, I would like some food. You can't just not like all foods.
Jesus.
We're getting very philosophical.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
this is the heightened intellectualism that I think our viewers really wanted.
I've actually laced the aircon in this room with peyote.
Ah.
Yeah, we're gonna start.
That makes a little too
We're
much
gonna start
sense.
clawing our faces off.
Talking of
I
clawing
believe
our
that's
faces
smelling
off.
salts actually.
Talking of clawing our faces off. That is something that did happen in the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City
Yes!
film,
Ah,
wasn't it?
yes.
Which we should be covering
Yes.
this episode.
Yes.
And it was.
Before we
oh.
do start though, I wanna post a question to the audience right now, and a little bit of an interactive segment for this entire pod. I want you guys to guess when we actually did record this episode.
Shout out your answers. We'll
Yeah.
hear.
We will hear it. We will hear. We've got very big ears, and that go through time, and the okay, and then so what I've got for my sort of timeline is in 1896 on this day in history, the speed limit for horseless carriages was raised from 4 miles per hour to 14 miles per hour. So if you can figure out what day in history that happened in the UK,
Any historians?
you will
in the
find out when
audience?
we recorded this episode.
Any historians, they would know. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. We've just shook firm shake
Yes.
on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you have seen Predator, the scene when Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers do their big
Oh yes, indeed. That was like
that's exactly what happened.
When we put the levels up in post, that's going to be like an atomic bomb.
Yeah. Right. I think we should introduce the Resident Evil the game series. So
yes.
I could start by just saying my understanding of the Resident Evil lore. Of course, it's a very long-standing game. Wasn't the first one released in the 90s, I want to say?
I believe late 90s.
Okay.
98 maybe, or 99.
This is like a side note. If that's wrong, can we edit in like a big... like if that's... Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Can we edit a tick either way? A ding?
Oh, if you get it right, then you get a ding. But if you get it wrong, you get a big fat...
Okay.
Well, my Resident Evil lore understanding is these points that I'm about to read out. The Umbrella Corporation is a bad pharmaceutical company cover-up. Is that true?
That's correct.
Yep.
We're going to be quizzing Callum on this because he knows more about the games than we do.
Indeed, he does.
My knowledge of this entire series is a 10 minutes of a timeline video that I watched, and then Welcome to Raccoon City, which I've seen twice now.
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
Alex's experience is playing Resident Evil 4.
Specifically 4 and only 4. Actually 7 as well.
You do have 3, but...
No, I don't even have it. I don't have it. I didn't buy it, no. Because it was too much for what I wanted to pay, considering you can finish it in an afternoon.
Yeah. Is it 2 you've got then?
No.
I've been misled. Someone's been telling me fibs.
I'll tell you what I have got. I've got Resident Evil 4, the original on the Switch, and I've got Resident Evil 4 on the Wii.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil 4 on the Wii is awesome because you got the Wii Zapper and you can just aim it around. Yeah. So it's amazing.
The
7
Wii
as well,
Zapper
obviously.
is what I call something else.
Oh
wow!
Bit of an innuendo there. 18 plus audiences only can listen to that joke.
I was talking about a Wii U controller.
Now you've made me look like a pervert.
You made him look like a fool, Robert.
I'm going to take a moment of silence.
Well, while you have that moment of silence, I'm going to ask you some more about the lore.
You can think about it in your silence.
Albert Wesker is a treacherous man, and he is also in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
This is true.
Correct. Ding.
Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield are the optional main characters of Resident Evil 1.
False. It's Leon Kennedy and Jill Valentine.
That's
Claire Redfield.
It's not true.
That's my bad. It's Leon and Claire.
I thought Leon and
Resident Evil 2.
I was saying the first one.
Silly me.
Wrong.
Silly me. That was a goof move from me.
Iron Maiden for Callum.
Wow.
That's fair. That's a fair.
Okay,
consequence.
here's another one.
Sorry.
Jill gets infected in Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. Resident Evil 3 takes place before and after Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that seems true.
Okay.
I always assumed it took place at the same time.
The T-virus is made by rare plants from the Amazon.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's in Resident Evil 5. You see the flowers.
I actually remember that. So that's a little tidbit I remember.
Raccoon City gets nuked at the end of Resident Evil 3 after the virus contaminates the water supply.
I don't know, Alex, does it?
Well, Welcome to Raccoon City would say it does, and a poor cow got caught in the crossfire.
Poor CGI cow that died.
CGI cow got caught in the crossfire.
That is my letterbox review for Resident Evil.
You feel sympathy for the cow?
I said that CGI cow didn't deserve what happened to him, and that's my review.
Yeah.
Everyone else did.
I do also like the idea that they just went straight to nuking that time. They were just like, right, no, it's not even. We're not even going to try. We're not even going to try and do anything. We're just going to get rid of it, wipe it off the map.
Yeah, my official answer is that yes, it does get nuked.
Okay, and one last part. Leon Kennedy is cool.
I mean, that's up for interpretation. Which Leon Kennedy?
Is there more than one?
Well, you can say that.
I'd say 6 is substantially less cool than all other Leon Kennedys.
Well, Leon Kennedy 2 is the start. Leon Kennedy 4 is the prime. Leon Kennedy 6 is the sort of fall off.
He fell off.
What happens in Resident Evil 6?
He's just very emo.
Started listening to
what?
What emo?
Oh, did he start listening to My Chemical Romance?
I thought you were going to finish your sentence.
Sorry, I was going to say Radiohead, but I didn't know if that was too. If that was.
They're not an emo band.
That's why I was.
No, they're
a
a mid band. Is
confident.
what they are. They are a mid band.
Sorry.
That's an opinion no one's ever had.
Sorry, Radiohead heads.
Yeah, Radiohead heads probably hate me.
Sorry, Radiohead head was watching.
Radiohead heads probably want my head.
Or on a pike.
On a silver platter served to them.
And that silver platter's on a pike.
And that silver platter's on a pike.
I want your head right now.
Wow. I don't know what to make of that, so we're going to keep going with the trivia.
Yeah, Is
there more trivia? I like trivia.
That's the game trivia. I thought I have a very limited game knowledge. I thought you two could lead this part of the conversation. And I'll come back when the movie is
okay.
Okay. Well, my sort of expertise is very limited because it's pretty much just 4, and then 7 was a bit of a fever dream for me because I think I played that a very long time ago. But 7 was phenomenal, which actually this is the subject I wanted to talk about. How objectively Resident Evil has had potentially one of the most successful and well-received reboots in gaming history.
Absolutely.
That they went from 6 to... I was about to say they went from 6 to 7. And I realised that would be unfunny if I said that. So I had to stop myself. I had to pause it. I had to sit from 6 to...
I'm actually
then
shaking.
7.
You've triggered some fight or flight response.
I've triggered a fight.
6 to VII.
6 to VII.
6 to Biohazard.
Biohazard, that makes more sense because I love that how they did the Biohazard Village, the Requiem. Now they've got little taglines on it. It's cool. It's quirky. I like it.
About that, my favourite thing is how they incorporate the Roman numerals into the subtitle. It's amazing.
This is what I mean. This is the thing about the reboot is that there are so many satisfying notches and stuff about it. Like I think Resident Evil 7.
Would they find themselves on r/oddly satisfying?
They might do.
I believe. I would say it's a bit more than oddly satisfying. I'd say it's greatly satisfying. Reddit heads, get on my Insta.
I think certain characters from Resident Evil 8 would find themselves on very, very prominently featured on certain subreddits.
Redditors, get yourself off of those subreddits at the moment and go check out what Callum's peddling.
Yeah.
This is true. I'm like the merchant in Resident Evil 4.
That is a good reference. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, the guy with the big coat.
I have various knickknacks and trinkets hidden betwixt my coat.
And he just follows you the entire game.
He does.
He's got nitrous oxide in his coat at the moment.
Probably.
He's got whippets.
He's got
the dog breed.
This is what I said about like Resident Evil 4 is that Leon Kenney's just high on whippets the entire time.
Yeah.
He's just shooting innocent people.
He is just in Benidorm.
Yeah, shooting innocent brummies in Benidorm that he thought are mutated. But let's talk about the reboot a bit more because before we go back to the film, which obviously covers 1 and 2, and it presumably was going to lead into. Potentially
because there is a post-credit scene in the movie.
Potentially 4 or 3. It depends how they took it, but most likely 4 because they did nuke the place and kind of forgot that 3 happened. That's for later.
They didn't do enough for Jill to facilitate making an adaptation of 3.
There's a few things I missed out, but let's talk about the reboot a little more. Resident Evil 7 was one of the most refreshing horror experiences I think I've had. Just the fact that Resident Evil felt like it was getting bigger and bigger with each game. They were stretching it out more and more where it got to 6 and everyone was like, what the hell is happening? And they just shrunk it straight back down in 7. It was like, you're a guy, you go into this house, there's some creepy people there, and there's some mold.
Mold spores.
There's mold? No one likes mold. Mold's scary.
Who doesn't? Who hates? Who doesn't?
That's an opinion that no one's ever had.
I like mold.
I
like mold.
Yeah.
Wow. What about the
mouldy cheese eaters?
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. Mouldy cheese
Any
eaters.
mycologists out there, don't listen to that bit.
Any mold people, I'm sorry if you took offence.
If you say mycologist.
We don't want to lose the mold community.
We don't want to lose the mycologists.
Any mold heads.
Yeah.
We're two episodes. This is episode 2. We don't want to lose them with the second episode.
The mycologists are our key audience.
But yeah, just talking about again, it's just like Resident Evil 7 definitely was so satisfying, especially when we'd gone from 5 where is 5 the one where Chris Redfield punches a boulder on top of a volcano.
It's also when Wesker dies.
Redfield. Yes. Or does he?
Oh god, Chris Boulder punching Redfield, and he comes back in 8, doesn't he?
He comes back in 7.
Oh, is he at the end of 7 then?
He's in the very end of 7, and he has his own DLC.
He's also in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Wow,
this is true.
And his level 3, his ultimate ability is using an RPG.
RPGs are a very commonplace in Resident Evil games. Like 4 obviously had the final fight was where you shoot the RPG.
I mean, you can buy RPGs before every big boss fight.
They're also very commonplace in your house, aren't they, Alex?
They are indeed. Because I fear that obviously I live in Birmingham.
You've just confirmed it.
I mean, you call yourself the RP gamer, don't you?
RP gamer, role-playing gamer. And you know,
Real Predator Gaming.
No.
Rocket-powered gamer.
Rocket-powered gamer is the actual one. And
Real
you know what?
Prick Gaming.
That's a step too far.
Can I
Callum, I'm
apologise to
going to
Alex?
have to ask you to
That is a step
take
too
yourself
far.
out of the room
Can I
quickly.
apologise? Can I apologise?
Indeed, you should.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks, man. That's actually quite nice.
That was very nice.
But I was going to say that I just need one in
I thought he was
Birmingham,
going to
'cause-
go like full Miranda sings.
I
Get
debated
like
it.
a ukulele out.
I
Okay,
had
yeah,
a dark urge.
Yeah, well, that is
Play a
in
little
one of
tune.
his pockets. A big
It's true.
ukulele. So
It's true. I believe that's just a guitar, big ukulele.
You got a point there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. We don't want to
That's me
alienate.
told.
We don't want to alienate the ukulele fans who have just taken extreme offence to that, because obviously they would argue that ukuleles are vastly
Ukulelists.
different.
Yes, ukulelist.
Ukulelists would argue that their instrument is vastly different to a beta-ass guitar.
my little sister has a ukulele.
Good on her.
Good on her.
Good
She
on
knows
her.
how to play the 1966 Batman theme on it.
Good on her.
That's pretty good, actually. Hopefully, we will do an episode about the Batman Arkham game.
Oh, we will. Don't
Yeah.
get.
And
Don't
it's
get
a
it
lot.
twisted.
That
We
might be
will.
a long one. I would say
Could
that
be a three-parter.
that could be a three-parter.
I think we should do a
yeah.
free part. What we'll do is we will cover the free games,
Yep.
and we will find the movie that best relates to whatever they're doing in that game.
Could be Batman.
I think the Batman, the Matt Reeves one, was the best link to Arkham City I can find, because you know when the city goes in lockdown and everything at the end. That's the closest we'll get to Arkham City at the moment, because there's no.
Well, Because
Yeah.
I see Callum pondering, before we say anything, save it for the episode, guys.
Yes.
Save it for the episode, because we need a lot to talk
Yeah.
about that. But we need to go back to Resident Evil, because I want to talk about 4 again. Shooting people in Benidorm, ridding that poor, cursed place of the Brummies who have invaded and mutated themselves. I loved Resident Evil 4, and a lot of people agree with me. Resident Evil 4 is quite held in high regard.
Well, 4 is
yeah.
never really said to be bad. It's not. Because
it's really good.
Yeah, it's that itself was like a reinvention of the series.
Well,
You've
it
gone
was.
from the
It
fixed
was-
camera angles to, free roam, but we're still with tank controls.
Yeah.
But you can see everything in the environment, and not only that, it was a new environment for the series. You went to Spain, not Turkey.
It's also, because I like to think it was in Turkey, because I'm a big supporter of the Greek. We will alienate Turkish viewers, because we are all Greek supporters here, right?
I have a Greek friend.
He has a Greek friend.
I think my godfather's daughter lives in Greece.
There we go. So I like to imagine that sort of Leon Kennedy just came into Turkey and just started shooting everyone.
Before he did do that, he did get a hair transplant.
He did
He
get
did
a
get
hair transplant.
veneers.
Yeah.
He did get a tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, because Resident Evil 4, I love the steady progression of how it just keeps getting better and better. You know how they have that weird bit where you're at the military base?
Yeah.
That was such a fever dream for me in that. And then you've got missions of Ada, the Ada Wong missions. Agent Ada, what is it
Who
called?
gets a post-credit mention in.
She does,
Welcome
and
to
it's like,
Raccoon
holy
City.
shit, Ada Wong is here.
The good thing about 4 is that 1, 2, and 3, they're all set in America. They're familiar environments.
Yep.
4
Yeah,
came
to
out.
Americans.
Yeah, 4 came out. I believe around the time of the Iraq War. So it was around in America. Xenophobia was very much commonplace. 4 plays a lot on the fear of the other, because you go to this foreign land and you can't understand what the people are saying.
Yep.
And they want to kill you.
They
that
do.
was very much the zeitgeist at the time in America, because obviously of the Iraq War. And I think it goes from with a village, with all the villagers where obviously they're trying to kill you. That whole sequence at the start where you have to survive, into the castle where you've got like I guess the de facto ruler.
Yes, the castle was a very funny segment, actually.
Into the factory, which is more, I suppose, more recognisable to fans of Resident Evil when it was just up to 4 that come out.
That's the more like lab environment setting.
So even then, in the factory, which people recognise as familiar, it alienates the familiar, because you're still hunted there. You're not like somewhere
arguably,
you'd assume to be friendly.
Arguably, that was the scariest part of the game, because they introduced what are they called?
Regenerators.
There we go. And they're the ones where you have to shoot this little bits of them.
Parasites
the
inside,
parasites
yeah.
to kill them. That was one of the coolest things I think that game did, was
Yeah.
the steady progression of it getting stranger. Because like you say, it's the fear of the unfamiliar. You're introduced to this village, they're just humans, and then suddenly you're introduced to the tentacle ones where they're bursting out, and then you're introduced to the dogs. Then you move over to like the what they call the regenerators. And then you sort of go straight to that's more the entryway to the boss battle. I love that progression of the enemies actually just getting more and more like
Well, it's very much just like cycles, really.
Yeah.
Because you can sequester the game into these 3 sections. Each section has its own kind of mini boss type. Because in the village, you've got the Doctor Salvador.
Yeah, and the
with
shark.
chainsaw.
And the shark.
I believe it's
Is it a shark or is
no,
it?
it was a salamander.
Oh, was it?
It's a mutated salamander.
It did not look like a salamander.
No,
there is
mutated.
nothing. Well, I suppose it's because it's mutated, but there are mutated humans that kind of look like humans still.
How many are there?
How many? What?
How many salamanders are there?
How many mutated salamanders are
Just
there?
the
Only one, yeah.
Just the one?
Just a massive mutated
What
salamander.
happened to his brothers?
Well, I think he was the lucky chosen salamander.
I think so.
That got mutated, and
Was it the last Ronin, Michelangelo?
it might have been, you know.
It could be.
So
It well-
Teenage
sorry,
Mutant Ninja Turtles
something-
reference you.
Something I enjoy about the shark.
The shark.
shark.
I prefer to think of it as a shark because that's cooler.
Yeah.
Salamanders
I mean,
are not
Resident Evil
cool.
1 had a
They
shark.
did. They had the
The
tank.
Neptune.
The tank full of the sharks, didn't they? That were pretty creepy.
Which gets referenced in the movie.
It does indeed.
Very good. The thing I like about the salamander, its name is Del Lago, which translates to just the lake. I like the idea
Monster
that
of the lake.
no, it's just the lake.
Well, just I know that, but I'm saying is in it's the monster of the lake.
It's a bit
right?
similar to in Pirates of the Caribbean 2, when I think William Turner, his ship sinks because of the Kraken, and the hammerhead pirate that talks to Davy Jones, he goes, "His body's lost to the sea," and then Davy Jones goes, "I am the sea."
And that's the same thing
Yeah.
as the
That's
the
salamander.
same thing
He
as
is
what
the
you're saying.
lake.
So, but Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
That was a good call.
Dead
It was,
Man's
I watched
Chest.
it the other day. It's brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
a very good film.
Sorry, as I was saying.
So sorry. I have nothing to talk about at the game segment, so I thought I'd snipe in some like film knowledge quick.
We'll conclude our bit about 4 soon, and then we can move on to the film, and we can sort of go back and
we
forth.
haven't really covered the series.
No, because if we introduce the film, we can talk about the 1 and 2, the games, at the same time, because they link together. 4 does not link to the film at all.
No, I think it's
in
hilarious
the
because
slightest, and
I'm
we
pretty
need to
sure
talk about it.
you guys played 4, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
You played 4. Callum thought that this was an adaptation of 2 and 3.
I mean, that
and
makes the
it's-
most sense.
It does make a lot of sense, but this is actually just 1 and 2 that's being
Yeah,
covered.
they just ignore the fact that 3
So-
even would have existed.
We've got very muddled this
But
time. around.
we'll definitely cover that then. But yeah, we
Yeah.
continue with Resident Evil 4 because that's what I really wanted to bring to this table is the best game in the series, I think.
I mean, we're going to have arguments here.
Why? Because
I say it's 8.
you said that 8 was very good.
I think
8 was
8
very
takes
good.
place in Southend on Sea.
It does.
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
It does.
You're right. You've hit it out of
Yeah.
the park there because it's got
Home run.
it's got
It's got the pier.
it's got the pier.
It's got the
long-ass
Southend pier.
It's got the mad machete wielding Southend resident.
I just think the thing
What?
that is
Oh.
most enjoyable about 8.
Ethan Winters fights Moreau on Southend Pier. Sorry.
Sorry, I zoned out.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
He did
I
a
can't be
fantastic Mr. Fox.
No, I had a
vision.
vision. Sorry, that's my bad.
He had a
Vision.
premonition.
I had like a Doctor Sleep-esque shining vision.
That's a good reference.
Yeah.
That's a good reference.
I think 8 is the best in the franchise. I don't think it is the best game, but I
Right.
think as like a microcosm of the franchise, it is the best because it does in each of its sequestered sections. It does everything the Resident Evil franchise does. It does excellently in those sections because obviously you've got the Castle Dimitrescu, you've got the Stalker enemy there.
Yes, the Stalker enemy of Resident Evil was a staple. And that's the one bad thing about 4 is that they didn't truly have a Stalker enemy.
I think that what they should have done there is have Chief Menendez.
It would have made
As a
sense
Stalker,
because
yeah.
I thought that was going to happen when I was playing the game.
I think
'cause
in the leaks it said that it would happen.
Well, that's the thing because I didn't know much about Resident Evil, but I knew about the Stalker enemy.
Do
so
you
I
think it was a
playing you'd seen that.
situation where the leaks came out and then they changed it because of it? Because I know a lot of games do that. If something gets leaked for a game, they'll go back and they'll be like, "No, they don't. We don't want to ruin this for
I think
people."
it could have been.
I don't think it was because I feel like the sequence that they got for him in the first place seemed really strong. Like they'd planned that out before because it's a very good sequence. His boss battle.
I mean, they did
it.
have like a short chase segment, but it wasn't particularly a stalker enemy.
No.
But as I was saying, you've got Castle Dimitrescu, but there's stalker enemy. I feel like if we're going to talk about stalker enemies, we can't not mention Jack Baker.
He is because that's what I'm saying about 7.
I would argue the best.
He is the best.
Because you've Mr. X, sure.
Nemesis
very
as
in the
well.
dark here.
Yeah.
I know Mr. X is the guy in the trench coat. I know Nemesis is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Right.
Yeah, he is indeed.
And I know that
Resident Evil 3.
what was the guy's name?
Jack Baker.
Jack Baker kind of looks like Bryan Cranston.
I could see that.
A dishevelled Bryan Cranston. He's had a pretty rough years.
Bryan Cranston 2 years after Breaking Bad when the money's not coming in.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is like pre-Malcolm in the Middle. Remake.
Oh, yes, yeah. And he's
Malcolm at the end.
Malcolm at the end.
Yes.
He's got his axe, and he didn't like that one police officer who was black. That's a bit racist, dare I say.
I beg your pardon.
You've just taken me back.
Bryan Cranston, you're cancelled.
Yep.
Sorry, Brian. Come on the podcast to apologise.
Yeah.
But
We'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
We talk about it because
We'll get you talking about the Angry Birds movie.
you raise a fair point about 8 doing everything well, because they have the structure of, like, you've got these different faucets, the different bosses in the areas, and they sort of are able to do each one of those as its own gimmick, which is such a good idea, which is why I actually would say there's a lot of merit to you saying that 8 is arguably one of the best, or if the best in the series.
I wouldn't say it's the very best, because I think it does fall short in some regard. But I think some sections are better than others.
Oh, definitely. I mean, one of the biggest problems I think that it had was that 7 felt like they'd brought the series right down into this hubbub. It's in a house. It's set in a mansion. It's a bit creepy. They really get the suspense nailed. And then they sort of go to 8 and it's just boom.
See, I wouldn't really hold 7 in as high of regard as everyone else. It was excellent, don't get me wrong.
Phenomenal.
As soon as you leave the house, it gets a lot worse.
Oh, God, yeah, of course, yeah. Because they lose...
The boat and the mind.
Yeah, they lose a lot of the suspension there, I think.
It's just... It's still good.
Oh, it's still good, yeah,
but
definitely.
it's not great. You get a machine gun. The point is that you're trying to bring back the horror to the franchise. A machine gun is the last thing you want.
It makes you feel very safe, doesn't it,
It
when
really
you've got a
does.
machine gun?
Yeah.
Do you think like a more limited weapon would have worked?
I think they have pistols. Pistols work fine because they slow fire rate.
Yeah.
A shotgun has slow fire rate.
Yeah, because the shotgun works so well because it gives you a false lull of feeling safe. And they did that with 4 when they sort of give you the option to have the shotgun right in the village if you go up into that one house and take it. And it does a lot of damage. Ammo is so hard to come by at the start of the game. So you kind of feel safer with it, but very quickly you'll wear down that and then you'll be like, I'm back to my pistol.
Yeah.
It's a bit more tense now. So I loved how they balanced the sort of shotgun pistol dynamic. I think they should do that for all of the Resident Evil games. It should be primarily shotgun pistol, and then optionally later you get maybe a sniper rifle.
It's funny you say that. That's exactly what Silent Hill 2 did.
It's a good formula.
It's excellent.
It's a good formula because you sort of have a steady progression, but you're always forced to look into the back of your pockets.
Yeah.
And I think that I love the Resident Evil pistol or the horror game pistol.
Yeah.
Because that's all reliable. It's always going to be there. And whether you want to use it, because it doesn't do a lot of damage, it's a bit clunky to use, but it's always going to be there, and that's going to be your main
old
one.
reliables, something that I found wasn't very reliable was this movie in adapting this great series.
Yeah. I can actually agree. Do we want to sort of talk a bit more about this? Because we could a bit more about the film now and bring this into it. Because Robert, you can talk about this, and also we can still talk about 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
First things we need to address is that in this film's universe, 3 never happened. Nemesis does not exist, which annoys me because arguably Resident Evil 3 is so cool.
There's a lot of backstory for this movie specifically. I mean, 6 Resident Evil movies before this were made.
Yeah.
They're not connected to this. This is like a reboot of sort of adaptations, which has now been rebooted again as Zach Kreger is making another Resident Evil movie next year, I believe.
Are there any details about that? About where that sits as an original project, or
we were discussing this earlier. I think he might be. There's no confirmations yet, but I think I would like to see him adapt 7. I think his directing style, his history, like his filmography with weapons and Barbarian, could lend really well into that sort of environment. He could capture the atmosphere really well.
And I said give 8 to Guillermo del Toro.
Interesting. It's interesting to think about sort of cutting straight to 7 with the film, because I would say I wouldn't like them to make a film about 7 because I'm quite comfortable with it staying as a game, right? I quite liked the fact that you sort of contained it in the game. I mean, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, well, not 3, 1 and 2, kind of warranted a film. There's a sort of that potential with it being this extended storyline that starts there, but I think 7, I don't know. Which it leads me into, a little later on, we'll do the Son of a Pitch segment. I've got something that you guys might like. I've actually got a pitch that works. That works. And it also makes sure that Resident Evil 3 does actually exist. Because I love 3. I love the idea of Nemesis. The whole, you know, he was, am I right by saying this? He was released to kill the survivors of the manor house because they knew about the T-virus.
Mr. X and Nemesis, they were both sent after the remaining STARS members.
Gotcha.
And that's an interesting way to sort of, I sort of played around that with my pitch, but I'll explain that later.
Sorry, can I just, I had this thought years ago. I'd like...
do tell.
I had like a minor phase where I wanted to, it was when the really terrible Resident Evil series came out. Dreadful.
Oh, the Netflix series. Yeah. I forgot that happened.
They don't put it on. They don't advertise it anywhere.
Yeah, because that was rubbish. I remember
Didn't know
that
it existed.
I had the idea that Nemesis exists strictly to parallel Jill Valentine as like a representation of the trauma she experienced in the Arklay Mountains, because he's following her constantly, and he's this monstrous, decrepit creature.
Yes.
She's obviously got her fair share of shit going on.
Indeed,
I mean, she also looks a bit decrepit at the start of the game.
Yeah, she's been through it.
She has been through it. Terrible things. I think these monsters, they exist as like a microcosm of the feelings these people have gone through and the terrible things Umbrella's done.
Oh yeah,
because it's birthed these monsters just as it's birthed these terrible traumas in people. They weren't prepared for anything that they were going into.
No, yeah, and I think,
mean, even in like this in the movie, they're like cops. They're not even like a part of like a big organization or anything.
It's not until after 2 that they start.
Yeah.
Forming
that's
groups
the thing,
that can get against it.
One of the reasons why I think 2 is regarded so highly is because the whole dynamic of it being that Claire and Leon are both so inexperienced to be dealing with what they're dealing with. It almost feels like a impossible mission they've been set up to. Which is why, again, you talk about the traumas, really interesting way to segment into the fact that Resident Evil uses that sort of concept to build tension so effectively, which they completely threw out the window in the film.
Yes.
There was no tension. I was hoping that they would build up to, you know, Resident Evil 1, infamous scene where the zombie stands up and it turns around and it looks at the camera and it's like, holy shit, it's a zombie. We're fucked. We're in this mansion. We're stuck here. There's reanimated dead corpses. In the film, I was hoping that would be replicated, where it would be slow insinuations. But no, they just hit you straight away with the fact that there are just zombies.
They do replicate that scene that you're talking about.
They replicate the scene, but it means nothing.
But the fact that they put it in after you already know that zombies exist and you've seen like at least 10 of them.
Oh yeah. No,
it has no weight to the actual narrative.
The first sequence of the film with which they parodied the truck driving scene from 2, where he bites the burger, you know, the Claire's with the truck driver.
Disgusting looking burger.
Yeah, the disgusting burger, which looks a bit better in the film.
Yeah.
Imagine because it's real.
Because it's real.
One of the only things in the film that looks better than the game.
I was about to say, there are some awful CGI, which we'll talk about as well in a bit. But I sort of was really annoyed when they hit the girl with the truck, and they all get out and they're like, holy shit, we just hit this girl. And there is just this scene where they're talking, and she just stands up behind them and runs away. Yeah. And I'm like, there's no suspension there. Oh, so there's zombies. Oh, brilliant. Because if you're a casual audience, you don't know what Resident Evil is. You don't know what the hell a resident or an evil is.
Yeah.
You know, why are the residents evil?
Well, that's such a good question.
We'll get to that.
And so it kind of felt like I wanted that this film would try and build it into casual audiences, because they need to feel what the game made you feel in the first one, which is sort of, you're chilling, something's off, we've been deployed here, why have we been deployed here? Oh my god, there's zombies. Yeah. Oh my god, there's zombies.
I feel like the best way to do a Resident Evil movie, do it 2 and 3, because they happen at the same time. You can have 2 coinciding storylines, and then have the characters flashback to the events of 1.
Right, yeah, that's
you can just see tiny little sequences.
Let's not build too much on pitches, because I'm sure we would have a lot
encroaching on your territory.
Yeah,
you're going to start contemplating.
I'm not going to.
Speaking of territory, I think we should finally get onto this the film coverage.
Yes.
So, outside of the actual movie, I've got a bit of backstory. So it released on the 3rd of December 2021. Good year for anyone?
I can't remember what's
Me neither.
2021.
Fair
I'm
enough.
assuming I was hanging in there. So I'll just say, yeah, probably
Well,
was.
think I had a girlfriend.
it was directed by Johannes Roberts, who also made the movie 47 Meters Down, which is a shark film.
Good lord, I hate
And
the
this.
shark cage one, yeah.
And the sequel, 47 Meters Down Uncaged.
48 meters down.
And he also made a movie called VHS 99, which my dad has said is... I've seen some of the VHS movies. I can't remember if I've seen that one.
So
That was my dad's comment on VHS 99.
okay, without being too offensive,
Yeah.
the point I'm saying is objectively.
You're going to make fun of my dad?
No, I'm not making fun of Jan.
Okay.
I'm making fun of the director. Objectively, not the best choice for tackling such a film.
Well, it's interesting you say that, actually, because the movie originally had James Wan as the director
Yeah. that'd be
and
good.
Greg Russo, who was going to write, and they were both on board. But they left the project to work on the Mortal Kombat movie.
That's
then-
disappointing.
So then
though.
Johannes Roberts filled in, and yeah.
That's really disappointing because I actually feel that the Resident Evil film concept has so much more merit than a Mortal Kombat film. Because
Yeah.
like you talk about, we'll hopefully do a Mortal Kombat episode. You
Yeah.
talked about how batshit insane the timeline is.
Yeah,
Now
it gets rebooted 3
yeah.
times.
But it's like Resident Evil. It seems like a perfect translation, really.
Yeah, I mean,
zombie survival. Come
I think
on.
a lot of people agreed with you because the film was a commercial disappointment.
Yeah.
It only grossed 42 million worldwide, and the budget was 25 million.
Wow.
So that's not good.
Wow.
I got a bit of so just to summarize what actually happens in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I've
'Cause
got a little summary here.
I haven't. I refuse to watch it.
Good.
Based
Yeah.
purely on
Good.
principle.
Well, I've seen it twice, so I've
Unfortunately.
made it up.
Yeah.
So in 1998, Raccoon City has become a ghost town. Once a lively area, the city has been reduced to nothing but dead-end jobbers after the Umbrella Corporation left the area some years back. After a lingering zombie outbreak bursts into full effect and takes the residents and turns the residents evil,
oh, title card.
it's up to a team of special operatives to investigate a mansion and another group of 2 cops and Claire Redfield to save this dying town from true demise.
There we go. So it basically
How
is,
evil are the residents?
So I would say some of them are quite evil.
You're one of the first time you really get a taste for how evil the residents are is when you see a balding ginger child
Yeah.
out a window and Claire waves at it and then it shuts the blinds, and then later on that balding ginger child's parent draws in blood on Chris's window, Itchy Tasty, which is a reference to the first game.
But like on a scale of 0 to Requiem, how evil are we talking in the residents?
Ooh,
I think
what would you
that
say?
in the grand scheme of things, they're not really that
I'd
evil.
say 2. I'd
Yeah.
say yeah.
Really?
They're just
It's-
kind of hanging out.
Well, they've missed
know.
the plot there.
It's
No,
just like they're
Residents are supposed to be evil.
not evil more so. They're just rabid. They
Yeah.
just seem like they've got rabies and hair loss.
Which I guess makes sense from the zombie perspective. However,
Yeah.
a big part of the stalking enemies that we talked about is they actually seem evil because they are on a
Yeah.
mission.
Jack Baker in Madhouse Difficulty is
Baker.
on your arse.
Yeah, Jack Baker,
mean-
Mr. X, Nemesis. They are after you. They have got a mission.
So
I
have you ever seen how Nemesis acts on Inferno Difficulty?
No, but
He fucking sprints.
I was about to say I've seen the memes of him like flintlock wood.
It's not like
running
edited.
at Jill.
He's full on. Fucking goes for you.
Full on Foxy FNAF 1 running down the
Yeah,
hallway.
Yeah.
But that's probably the same speed.
Wow.
Which is why I said to you, because you said in Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate
Yeah.
3, whatever.
His mobility is awful.
But Nemesis has insane mobility in
I think
3,
it's because
though, doesn't he?
as fast as Nemesis is, when Doctor Doom is wave dashing across the screen, he can't do much.
No, I imagine
When
he
you're
wouldn't
being
be able
hit
to.
with foot dive, you can't really do much.
No.
So
But it's like you say, it's just Nemesis is such an iconic part of the series, and it was just disappointing that they sort of took the direction of going, he didn't exist. Mr. X wasn't even there.
What?
There was the only brute that existed was a play on the
it was William.
play on the tyrant from 1,
Right.
which is the doctor
William
who,
Birkin.
who
Yeah,
injects
he's the
himself,
only
yeah.
antagonist in the movie.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But was he done well?
No.
No.
Oh.
He injects himself with the tyrant thing, and then he sort of grows a big, and then he
I
grows
think-
a bit bigger, and then they
I
shoot
think
him with a rocket
easily
launcher.
the worst part of this movie is that it tries to combine the stories of the first two, and
They don't.
but it's less than 2 hours.
Right.
And both games are about, 8 hours of gameplay? How are you going to fit all that in? The answer is you can't. And it doesn't work. All of the characters are very surface level. The only one that's given any sort of development or any sort of real meat is Claire Redfield.
Because they go for this like whole plot point about how Chris and
how
Claire
they're orphans who were a part of the Raccoon City orphanage and stuff. I'd also say that this movie is an anti-Sean film. Sean is my girlfriend, and she loves dogs. Dogs don't have a good time in this movie. So if you're a dog lover, don't get to this.
Yeah, it's a shame actually because I was really excited because obviously dogs are a big part of Resident Evil enemies. They're infamously in a lot of the games. They're one of the more difficult animals to deal with. I was hoping for some good practical effects here. I was thinking, how do they do this well? I'm excited to see a rabid dog chasing someone.
This is a movie in 2021, by the way.
It was all CGI and it was bad CGI at that.
It was like early 2000s CGI.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed considering that was something that had the merit to be done so well. Because like, animals in films, we've really got to a point where you can do it. We saw in, what was the Alien film, where they dressed up the dog?
The Greyhound, yeah.
The Greyhound.
We
can do that.
Yeah.
We have done it. We can do that. Why are we not doing it?
Historically, the best animal acting I've ever seen is in The Thing.
The Thing, yes. The dog in The Thing.
That's a scary dog.
Yeah, and that was all practical as well. And
Good Boy came out this year.
Good Boy.
Yeah.
The dog ghost movie, which I still need to see.
I'm just saying is that we shouldn't be CGIing in animals like that, especially with rabid dogs. We've got dogs that literally their entire purpose is to attack people in controlled manners. So you can easily get some expert in to do some shit there. Yeah. That's not out of the question.
It's just cheaper.
It's cheaper, apparently, and it looks rubbish.
If you're going to do a game with such like weird visuals, do them.
Yeah.
Don't just like cop out to do CGI.
Get
fucking get raving mad George, screaming mad George, get him on the scene, get him to make some fucked up creature, put it on set.
Yep.
Brilliant. You've just doubled your budget.
We are taking a big steamy dump all over this movie, and rightfully so.
Yes.
But there are good things about this movie.
There are interesting aspects.
I think the set design is the best part of the film. Johannes Roberts worked closely with one of the game developers, and he got the blueprints of Spencer Mansion and the police station. So it's literally a 1-to-1 replication of the first two games, which I think is quite good. And there's also a pretty cool like one-take car section where is it Chief Irons?
Chief Irons, yeah.
Yeah, Chief Irons is trying to escape Raccoon City, and then the border gets like there's a big shootout, and he has to try to escape zombies and like gunfire, which I thought was quite cool actually. But it's also, I think, a very divisive part is the fan service in this movie. It's a lot of references, and a lot of them don't make sense.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I want to cut straight to the end, just to sort of.
Before we do, I need to mention two things.
Yes, go for it.
Lisa Trevor's in the movie,
right? She probably
and
should be if they're doing one.
she works to help the main characters.
What?
But Lisa Trevor isn't seen by Chris or Jill or Wesker. She's in the Claire and Leon segment of the movie. And she saves them from a liquor.
Oh, yes.
Right, no, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I need to clarify here. Claire and Leon, presumably, they are in fact in the RPD.
They start in the RPD, and then they go to an orphanage.
Orphanage, yeah.
Why is Lisa Trevor in Raccoon City?
She's in the orphanage.
She was a big part of Claire's
apparently
origin story.
in this movie,
She's in the mansion.
In the movie,
Not anymore.
the orphanage is a front for the Umbrella Corporation when they test on kids.
And she's one of the people that's been tested on. And there's this whole sequence where Claire meets her as a child, and then sort of they drag her away or whatever, and then she's still there when they go back.
This movie fucking sucks.
Oh, there is a really bad part of the movie when William Birkin recognizes Claire from when he's driving, and it's literally just she's wearing a visor and he can only see her eyes, and the last time he saw her was when she was a child. So he sees her eyes in a visor, and it's like, I know who that woman is. It's like, no, you don't.
It was it's a bit strange.
But we've also got, I think, the part that had the most amount of problems, which Alex and I sat down and watched. Ben Bertolucci is in this movie. Journalist from, is he Resident Evil 2 or 3?
Yeah, he's trapped in a prison cell.
Well, he has Visvi Pop dialogue all over the place.
Yeah.
He swears 11 times in 2 minutes in one scene. And I'd like Alex to explain his biggest problem.
I was annoyed
with,
at this. Yeah, so there's this sequence. So he's in the prison cell. He's stuck in a prison cell with presumably someone turning into a zombie. He is aware of this. He wants out. Leon's there, inexperienced, bit scared, is being told to let this guy out, doesn't trust him. He gets grabbed by the collar, Leon, and pulled into the cage, right? So what does the journalist, what's his name? Bertolucci?
Yeah, Ben Bertolucci.
Bertolucci does, is he grabs Leon's gun, Leon stumbles back, he holds the gun at Leon and says, unlock the cage. So I said to Robert, that's stupid. Because if Leon just says no, what's he going to do? Shoot Leon and be stuck in a cage with a zombie? He doesn't even shoot the zombie. He doesn't turn around, shoot the zombie, and then it's like, oh, I can survive. No, he just aims this gun at Leon, says, unlock the cage now. Leon could or couldn't. He doesn't have to do either, because if he gets shot, he can't let him out the fucking cage, and he's stuck in there with a zombie.
He opens the cage, ultimately.
He does ultimately open the cage.
And then Ben dies.
And then Ben dies.
Because the zombie eats him.
And I paused that segment at the end, and I looked at Robert, and I said, that is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. If you're in a situation, but bearing in mind, he is aware of the virus.
Yeah.
If you're in a situation where you know you're in a cage with a zombie, and you have a gun, would you shoot the zombie?
Yes.
You would shoot the zombie and not aim a gun at the guy
Yeah.
who's going to is trying to release you.
Absolutely.
It was so stupid, and I didn't understand any of it, because you know how certain directors use people's like fear to sort of influence their bad judgment decisions. This has been done so well in so many films. I don't even think they tried to do that here. I just think that they wanted like to build this false lull of suspense with, but he's got a gun now, so Leon has to open the cage. No, he doesn't. If he shoots Leon, he's not getting out. So why would he aim a gun at Leon? Leon doesn't have to do anything.
That's one of my favourite parts in the game as well. Let me set the scene.
Yeah.
You're in the car park of the RPD.
Yeah.
There's doors that you can be free into the city, but you have to get the key from I don't know, downstairs. I haven't played it in a while.
Yep.
Bertolucci is in a prison cell, and at some point towards the end you have to go and speak to him. And then you're talking to Bertolucci, and then bang, it's Mr. X. He's fucking burst through the wall. He's grabbed him. He's dragged him back through the wall. That's how he dies.
I just soiled my britches. I'm terrified.
And that's the
Smell
problem.
it.
Yeah.
That's the problem, because when you cut out such integral parts of the game, like Mr. X, like the Nemesis plotline, you're left with this exoskeleton that has no meat. It's just a skeleton. And it's like, so they have to do shit like this, where Butler does some really stupid
I think
malarkey,
that sort of thing, when you're talking about how they are so shallow in like every part of this movie.
Yes.
I think the three characters that are affected the most by that is Jill, who does nothing in the entire movie.
No, because it's not
she's
Resident
just kind
Evil
of
3.
there. She's there, and
not
she says
3.
the Jill sandwich line, which
God,
is a reference. Wesker, who is barely even an antagonist in this movie.
No, he hardly does a damn thing.
She he still portrays them, but he makes this whole thing up as like it was a worthy cause, and that he's not actually a bad dude.
Is he still impaled, or did they change that too?
No, he gets shot.
He gets shot.
What?
Then we've got Leon as well,
Leon.
and Leon is missing his cool coat.
Yeah. But of course, this is Resident Evil 2, so
and
yes,
He doesn't have a cool coat.
Yeah,
He's
his
very
police
lame.
department jacket.
He's just a very
Yeah.
lame sort of guy.
Let me pose a question to you both.
Go on.
Okay.
If you were offered a serum that turns you into a freaky monster man,
The substance.
not the substance, the substance, are we calling Demi Moore a freaky monster?
At the end of the movie, yeah.
And I believe she's a beautiful actress.
What, at the end of that
Splendid.
movie?
Yes.
Okay.
She's
Anyway,
beautiful on the inside.
You're entitled to your opinion.
You're entitled to your opinion.
If
Take it away,
you were
Cal.
offered a serum that turns you into some big hulking freaky monster, would you take it?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm happy with myself.
I would, just to see what happens.
Well, actually, I say this because you know the guy in.
That is why you are the mad scientist of our.
This is true.
duo.
You are the mad scientist. I was thinking of that guy in Resident Evil 4, the crossbow guy. What's his name?
There's
The guy with the explosive arrows that just chases you in the sand section.
Oh, him.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner, who now hates his wife and threatens to call ice on her. That wasn't
That
very
wasn't his
nice.
wife.
Oh, that wasn't his wife.
That was a co-worker who he sexually
swear-
assaulted.
Oh right, I swear they were married at one point.
No, see, if only there
That's
was
the
an app
second
where we could
enemy
learn
we have
about
made.
this.
That's the second enemy that we've made of this
Wow.
podcast. Jeremy Renner and Joe Rogan.
If
The
only there were
JRs, we're after
Wow.
them.
we need an app where our fans can learn all about
The
us.
Unnatural Selections podcast.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner.
I second that.
He's Krauser.
Krauser, that's it. If it's like a Krauser thing where like you're kind of still human, but you can just make like axes appear from your arms, that's kind of cool. And I might take that.
I'd even say that's lit.
Yeah, I would agree as well.
I think I would very much enjoy being a Nemesis-esque creature.
Wow, that's quite something because he has some good teeth though. He has some nice gnashes. They're pulled open, aren't they?
I just think like
pearly whites
it would be an interesting way to live.
Well, yeah, it would.
The human form is inherently boring. We've seen it so many times. We need to reinvent the genre.
I think it's better if you're Mr. X because you look more human. You're just a bit grey, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I think you'd be a good Mr. X.
Okay, I'll take Mr. X because I'll be grey with my trench coat. Fair. I'm just grey.
I think you would be a good Lady Dimitrescu.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. I am that tall.
It's true.
Well,
after we've just contemplated that,
we have.
I was just going to say, should we go on to Callum's contemplations? Because I feel like we could
and then we'll track onto reviews afterwards.
We could keep going about this line of Resident Evil, and I feel like we wouldn't stop. So after we've contemplated that, let's keep the train going.
Okay.
What are you contemplating, Callum? What have you been contemplating?
I'll tell you what I've been contemplating.
Go on.
What does anyone know about Hell's Kitchen?
Hell's Kitchen is one of my favourite reality TV shows.
Robert, my man.
Wow.
What do you know about Raj?
Raj! Oh my god. I am so happy. I actually watched a video about Raj this week. So,
I feel like I'm missing something.
Right, let me explain who Raj is.
Yes.
Raj is was he in season 8?
Season 8 of Hell's
Raj
Kitchen.
is a he was a contestant.
Was he been killed or something?
Probably.
Did Gordon Ramsay take him out?
He may have been killed by Ramsay.
No, he's a private chef at the moment.
Is he?
Okay, so
I
he's
heard he
not
lost
dead.
a lot of weight as well.
Oh, good on him.
Good on Raj.
Good on him.
Raj was one of the
60?
earliest.
He was in his 50s or 60s, right?
He's some age.
He was old for the show. I think he was one of the oldest contestants.
Yeah, for the show, he prepared by being old. But
not by working or having experience. He was old.
Christ.
Raj was one of the earliest booted contestants. He was consistently dreadful. His signature dish was a vegetable seafood pancake, and Gordon branded it a pancake that pisses. And this is
also there is a fantastic part of that section. So, are you familiar with Hell's Kitchen?
I'm more of a Kitchen Nightmares guy, but I'm sort of familiar with it.
In Hell's Kitchen, the first thing that happens is every contestant makes their signature dish, right? And then Gordon Ramsay tastes it, and then he talks about it. Most of the time he doesn't like it. And there was this one woman who made this gumbo, this poisonous gumbo, right?
Yeah.
And it was the same season, and it was
I feel like you're underselling how truly sickening this.
Well,
this is like
it
a
smelled
bowl.
bad. It looked like diarrhea.
A bowl of brown.
She bit into it, and he bit into it, and he gagged, and he spat in the bin.
He threw up.
He did throw up. Yeah, he threw up from it, and he said that is awful, and he made every other contestant taste it. That's how bad it was.
So he just tortured everyone.
Raj gobbled it up. He loved it. He absolutely loved it.
Oh God.
He could have had seconds.
Anyway, my contemplation here. Raj cannot be a real person, because another thing
he was like fabricated by the production.
I think that is too easy a cop out. I think Raj is. This is his first time on the planet. He's just visiting.
I thought you were
He's
going to
here
say
on holiday.
he was like a motion captured character that was just
this is like he's just visiting. He's on holiday. He has no idea
like
about any of the
Mr. Bean,
conventions.
Mr. Bean's
yes,
holiday.
he's like Mr. Bean. This man, they get wine on the first day. I think it's just
that's lovely.
Whenever they want, really.
Ooh.
This man, he got a bit drunk and he started doing karate.
Oh God!
And it's one of the best edits in the entire series.
He goes, and like he puts his
nobody
hands...
can see what you're doing.
Sorry.
He gets his hands. You're just doing things. He could be doing anything. He could be doing handstands.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I did actually do a handstand.
He gets his hands in a triangle above his head, and they edit the moon into his hands, and then he breaks the triangle, and the moon comes out, and it's nighttime, and then they're about to do service, and during this service he is so preposterously bad. I think at some point they have one of the contestants out on the floor with Jean-Philippe.
Yes!
Vinny, fucking guy. Vinny's telling people not to order sides because Raj is obviously working sides. Yeah. And
he makes
you're
like
not supposed to do that.
Bloody sides.
He's
like
got these
12.
sides. Gordon goes, you've got sides going longer and longer and longer.
Have the entrees, and they're going longer and longer and longer. I
He's
don't
going
have to do
fucking
anymore.
ballistic. And Raj is he's like a timid little boy. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. I've got my hands.
Yeah.
So the contemplation is, what's his deal?
Wait,
what is he?
There is
What is
more
he?
to this as well. When he gets stressed out during services, he puts his head in a freezer to cool himself
It's
off.
the most bizarre
well,
shot. They have a
makes
camera
sense.
situated
At
above the
some
fridge.
point, at some point, he messes up a dish really badly, and Gordon Ramsay tells him to go to the person and apologize, and he goes, "I can't apologize. I've got a bit of dirt on my my chef jacket," and he goes, "Raj, I don't care if you've got a thong up your fat crack. Get out there."
I believe he's also called a big sack of piss and wind, which is a personal favourite insult from me.
So I think, and when he gets eliminated finally, the thing that Gordon Ramsay says, he says, "I've tried with you, big boy, but I can't go an inch further." And then he boots him out.
The thing is,
Wow.
this guy, how bad do you think this guy is based on what we've told you?
Quite bad.
There were 2 people who were somehow voted out before Raj.
Free, actually. Free.
He went out 3rd, didn't he?
No, I think it was free because Gumbo Woman passed out before the first service.
Does she count though?
I would count her as a member of the contestants.
I'm talking about like eliminations.
Oh, then no.
Because like those 2, she could have been excellent somehow. Those 2 were somehow voted out before Raj.
So that is a big thing about Hell's Kitchen. You will always find I think a good 50% of every season you will have a contestant get sick in the first episode and not show up for the rest of it.
Oh right.
Like she was. I think she had a
they're
seizure.
Oh wow, that's quite something.
But like, what is this? Is my contemplation. What is he? Because I don't think he's a person. You can't go on Hell's Kitchen. Sure, he could be a plant. That's too easy. He could be like some cryptid man.
That's more likely.
Could be some creature from the Black Lagoon. He could be a virus monster.
My real question is that if he was a real person, I feel like he would have gone on a talk show by now, and he would have talked about his experience. I think, you know how...
Let's get him on.
Yeah. Proof in the pudding, you know.
Alex, fly him over.
But like...
Oh yeah, I'll get my agents.
You know how... actually, no, I might... No, the trumpet guy, the who are you? You have no
Yes!
talent. That guy... He has been on multiple talk shows, right? So we know he's a real person.
He's been on a lot of podcasts. You know, he can apparently float.
Yes, he can.
He can't fly, he can levitate.
Well, we can expand this on a different contemplation, but like, we know that he exists.
We have to talk about it now. We can't just...
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. So this guy, he is such a good video. There's this guy playing a trumpet outside of a music centre.
Oh,
and
wow.
this
Can I
very
please do the
small-
impressions? Because I love doing
Yeah,
impressions.
okay,
of this
we'll
guy.
play this out like we're filming a scene.
Yeah.
So, guy's playing a trumpet.
Yep.
This very small man
With a
walks
bag.
past- with a bag. What's in the bag?
It's like a black sack.
It's blue.
Is it blue?
Well, the colour of the sack is hardly relevant.
It is
but-
irrelevant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He walks past and he goes,
Yeah, he goes, "I'm an NYU film school graduate,
Oh,
sucker.
wait, no.
Who are you?
I've seen
Who
that.
are you?
I've
You
seen
have
that.
no
That's an infamous
talent.
crash out,
No
yeah.
talent."
he's just going mental.
And then he
Yeah, I've seen that one,
He
yeah.
drops a really hard flex in, and he goes, "In 1975, I walked Bob Dylan on stage. Who are you?" And it's
really good
it's
impression.
fantastic.
I've
Thank you very
seen
much.
the Justin Wang video on that guy. He did an entire video on him and what he does now. So yeah, I do know that.
These
yeah.
days,
Who
he's
are
just
you?
like on podcasts, sat in his chair, hunched down, like,
Yeah.
I can actually float. I learned this back in the 90s.
He looks so feeble. At
He
the
does.
moment.
He looks enfeebled by a curse.
He probably is. In
You
all
know,
fairness.
like in the Two Towers in Lord of the Rings, when Theoden is like super decrepit and grey and stuff.
Bob Dylan, this grimmer worm tongue.
Yeah, that's what's happened to him. But yeah, that's Raj.
Wow.
We think because at least Trumpet Guy has more than just Hell's Kitchen behind his belt. We know he's a living, breathing human being.
But the issue is, Raj seems like...
Whoops.
I think that was my phone. Actually.
Alex, what have you done?
Yeah, that was my phone. Sorry, I put the phone. Also, we've gone
That's fine.
1 o'clock, so I think we just abandon this lecture and we can cut this bit out. Don't worry, we'll just cut this bit out in editing. I think for future, can we start them an hour earlier?
I can try.
Because I kind
Yeah,
of, I kind of want to go to the lecture.
Yeah,
and it seems like
well,
we
it starts at
consistently-
2, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've got...
Oh, did it start at 2?
We've
Yeah.
got
Shit,
time.
I
We've
thought
got
it starts
time.
at 1. Oh, I'm tripping. Sorry.
I thought
Yeah.
that too, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I thought it
Continue
was 1,
from
sorry.
now. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So Raj, yeah.
Raj is just like... He seems like an all-right guy. He's
Yeah.
just such a dreadful
The
cook.
contestants were just really mean to him as well.
No, but it was warranted.
No, but is it warranted to tell him to die on his recliner?
No. Is it warranted to call him shit to his face? Yeah.
But they said that they hope he died of a heart attack on his recliner at home.
Well, that's fair. That's a bit much.
That's a bit much.
But I would say that to you, Alex. But I would
you are mortal enemies.
I'd be like that makes sense, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, but you would say it to me.
Yeah, I'd say something worse.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. We have a respect like that.
Yeah, we're like.
So, can I
continue.
fly you a theory? I think Raj is actually an elaborately acted character.
Do you think?
I think that
played convincingly by Meryl Streep.
Yeah, exactly. Take off a mask, it's Meryl Streep underneath. But
Take off that mask, it's Daniel Day-Lewis.
It's Daniel Day-Lewis because he's back and he's the best there ever was. And take off that mask, it's Denzel Washington.
Take off that mask, it's Raj again.
It's Raj again. That's the mystery of him. I think that he has to be a character. That this guy exists, and he has this alter ego that he can just switch to, and that's Raj.
I've never seen Raj and Gordon Ramsay in the same room.
I have.
Oh, there we go. Well, it can't be Gordon Ramsay.
Could it be like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
I think it might be.
Like, don't ask me these questions.
I think it might be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
To the public.
Okay.
But it could be like when he's been drinking and he's doing karate. That's the real Raj.
Dr. Ramsay and Mr. Raj.
But the consequence of that is that he has this persona that's awful at cooking. He could be an excellent cook when he's been drunk, but
we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know because he's doing karate.
We wouldn't know indeed.
Well, before we get to Son of a Pitch,
we need to do some reviews, don't we?
It's that time again. It's reviews.
It's reviews.
And I have a special little thing to show that I'd hope you two can describe once it's unveiled.
Oh! He's got a review shirt.
I have a review shirt now.
That's
wow!
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That's sick.
Right, I've also got it on the back.
It's got on the back.
To the audience at home, this is a white shirt, and on the left breast there is a Reeve Reviews logo, and similarly on the back there's a larger version of the Reeve Reviews logo.
Because my girlfriend loves me very much, she got this for me, so now I have my own merch. So
that is awesome.
Can I buy that shirt?
Well, funnily enough, my other friend has also asked to have something like this bought, and I'm going to see if there's this one specifically.
I want that one now.
No, I'm okay. Thank you, though.
I kind of want one where it's just a big Reeve Reviews logo on the front.
It's just my face.
Yeah.
Or just Robert on the front.
Yeah.
Or it could be both.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a little mix of the two.
Ooh. Yeah.
Maybe you're holding the board. Because that's the logo.
Could it be like an ISIS beheading video, but instead of holding like...
But
instead of holding a piece of paper.
I'm beheading them with the thing.
Yes. Who are you beheading? Still the
Joe
same
Rogan.
people. The same people.
Joe Rogan.
Oh. Joe Rogan.
Sending a message.
He's sending a message to Joe Rogan.
He's sending a message to Joe Rogan.
Watch out.
Anyway, reviews. So, do we want to go good or bad to start with?
Bad.
Okay.
Because it is
pessimistic.
Right. Okay. Bad, yes. So we've got two 1-star letterboxd reviews.
Here we go.
For Welcome to Raccoon City. First is from Theo, who's on Letterboxd, and we have Cinematic Disease, a plague in my screen, made you want to throw hands. Burn the art form that is filmed down as a whole. Cease it to exist. Words do not sum up the abomination. I'd rather watch Dirty Grandpa or be kicked in the face for nearly 2 hours. Get Scorsese on the phone and tell him it's over. I think maybe he thinks Scorsese made the movie.
I see what he's saying. And you know the reason why I see what he's saying before we go on to the next review is because it is an anti-film. It feels like they tried so hard to just cram what is a game into this different form, and it just did not translate the way that they tried to do it. And I think that he's right. It just doesn't actually feel like a film. It feels like you're watching a really mid sort of cinematic gameplay video on YouTube.
Yes, yeah.
What is this, like Markiplier gameplay?
It's like, no, but just imagine Markiplier, but without Markiplier. That's kind of what the
so
film
a blank,
is.
it's just a screen.
It's just the game.
Is his watermark?
It's his chair.
Yeah, it's just the game.
Screen burn into the top right of the corner, just in a face of terror.
In a face of terror, and it is just the game, unfortunately.
So the second review comes from T-Rex emoji Zeka, and then a Stegosaurus emoji, who's also on Letterboxd.
Lots of dinosaurs.
And they comment.
Sorry, may I?
Yeah.
What's everyone's favourite dinosaur?
I gotta admit, I do like a Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus is actually kind of cool.
I have a very short, tragic story about my favourite dinosaur.
Oh?
My favourite dinosaur was the Saurophagonax.
Oh, yeah.
But it is, in fact, maybe not a real thing. It's perhaps a chimera fossils that we've combined of sauropod bones and Allosaurus.
Oh no, that's so
unfortunate. So I've just got to go with the Carcharodontosaurus or the Eustreptospondylus.
Nice.
There's the story of the Eustreptospondylus.
What do you guys know about Harry and his bucket full of dinosaurs?
He doesn't know anything on me.
that is a reference. That is a reference.
When Europe was a collection of islands.
Pangea.
No, Pangea was the one mass. That was when we were all one.
Europe was just a selection of islands.
Yeah.
Like sea level was way higher. The Eustreptospondylus was like the dominant theropod on those islands, and it had to paddle through the ocean betwixt islands to find food.
Gotcha.
I respect that. He's got the graft.
So, second review by T-Rex emoji Zeka Stegosaurus emoji on Letterboxd. This film has arguably one of the most laughably terrible third acts and abrupt endings I've ever seen in any feature-length film. Everything is so wrong with this film. How was this even made? What happened? I don't even have any attachment to the Resident Evil franchise, but this is dead-ass everything I would expect from a terrible, tensionless zombie movie with god-awful CGI and the most nothing stand-in characters imaginable.
He mentions the abrupt ending there. Would the ending have been made better by Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run?
Yes.
You know, like
on top of the Ada Wong.
Let me play this out for you.
Go.
I'm Ada Wong.
No, I would have stood up like in Citizen Kane, and I would have gone
like the Peter Griffin gif where he's at the cinema crying.
Yes.
Well, I said to you that the ending I wanted was when Wesker miraculously survives and Ada Wong is the one to go, you're still alive now. I would have loved it if Ada Wong turned around and went, we're now evil residents.
We're gonna make the residents evil.
We're now Resident Evils 2. We're now evil residents 2.
We're now Resident Evil Village.
The residents are evil too.
The village was. Sorry.
There is a biohazard.
I think.
Hold on, let me do a requiem.
Oh!
Planned all along.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm having a revelation.
I'm having a Revelations too.
I'm having a Revelation too, and then boom, that's 2 films straight away.
So, right, we have the 2 good reviews now.
There we go.
So these were hard to find.
Yeah, because there's not much to say.
Can you tell us what they've been rated as well?
These are 5 stars.
5
This is a 5 out of 5, both of these.
0 media literacy.
Right,
one of them better just be Ada Wong. Clap
No, this is the serious one.
Go on.
Blown away. I did not expect that this would end up being one of my favourite films of 2021. Sharp, simple, kick-ass zombie madness that's been genetically modified for a total rebranding, and it bloody works. It knows its place and it knows its audience. Needless to say, for an old video game adaptation, its visual language is surprisingly poetic, and the fresh cast revitalises the new world perfectly. And you think Johannes Roberts? And thank you, Johannes Roberts, for making the undead scary again. I'm sick of zombie comedies flooding in the market because directors somehow believe that the younger generation won't find them frightening. Still a huge fan of the original franchise, but I have to say I'm super amped to see where this goes.
Me when I'm a lobotomite.
I was just about to say that. Has this guy been lobotomized? Because there's no way he thinks that.
Also, I'm sick of zombie comedies. Zombieland called, Shaun of the Dead called. They want to rip your spleen out.
Yeah, also, can I be honest with you? There was very little that was actually scary about that film.
No.
There was very little that was... And I'm saying something that I do love a good horror.
When I was most scared is when I looked at the runtime and an hour was still left.
Yeah, straight up. But the fact that people like that actually exist scares me.
Okay, right. So, this is the... Oh, sorry, that was written by MJ Says on Letterboxd.
Fuck you.
Yeah, screw you, man.
I'm sorry, MJ Says. Maybe
I'm not.
Maybe you were just having a good day.
Shouldn't have been.
Right, second one. We ready? This is from an account that's spelt DDZZAAII. So like they're being electrocuted, maybe.
The electro gif in Instagram.
No, Instagram Reels episode when?
Oh, Instagram Reels the movie.
Is there an adaptation?
Yes.
Is there a movie?
I'll make one.
Okay. So this is the comment from Zay. I'm never going to stop.
Is that it?
What?
That's it. I'm never going to stop.
What?
That's like a
Well, I hope
modern
they get the
art
help
piece.
that they deserve. I hope they get.
He's been
whatever-
lobotomized.
I-
He's
No.
actually been lobotomized.
They've made a Resident Evil document in like a lab. Oh, we've made the super giga gorilla. Oh, I can't stop.
I'm never going to stop. Is this the confession of like a serial killer?
The problem
This is
that-
Johannes. This is
Johannes.
Johannes.
Oh my god, that makes so much
This is
sense.
Johannes.
That makes so much sense.
It's like when Francis Ford Coppola gave Megalopolis 5 stars.
I directed this movie and I think I did a good job.
I will not be in fact stopping.
Yeah.
And just
Well, that's-
everyone's
That
disappointed.
was Johannes Roberts' comment on his own movie.
God. There was some
Well, with
horrendous
that, do we have any
reviews.
pitches, Alex Crick?
Son of a pitch. I have got some ideas actually. Before we go into anything, there's a joke that I didn't make that I wanted to make about the ending scene, which I said before the podcast started. I'm so glad that Ada Wong managed to find the glasses of inexplicable pain relief that she gave to Wesker, because he was
Yes.
on the floor in agony.
Yeah.
And then
After he
Ada Wong,
after he dies. and
after
then
he
comes
dies,
back.
and then Ada Wong gives him some glasses, and suddenly he's fine.
No,
Yeah.
because that like the glasses of inexplicable pain relief. There's actually like a reward you get for speed running the game on Madhouse. Because you don't take any damage then, and then you get
that makes
infinite ammo
sense.
if you can do it in like under 3 hours. So
But that makes more sense as to why the glasses
Yeah.
are.
it's actually a big reference.
That's a big reference.
Johannes,
Get on it. He will not stop. John will not stop. So I mean, we're gonna get used to this.
Can't stop.
He can't stop. All right. So what my pitch was is, I tried to think of what did I hate most about what this film didn't do, and one of the biggest parts about that was it mutilated the original source material. And sometimes you have to do that with an adaptation. We talk about adaptations a lot. You sort of do have to dissect them a bit. However, I've never yet in my life encountered an adaptation where they've actually dissected every wrong part of it. They've taken everything that shouldn't have been taken and used that.
Yeah.
And so therefore this led to Resident Evil 3 being completely cut out. So I was like, I want to make something that allows Resident Evil 3 to exist. What's my idea? Resident Evil, cool concept. Zombies, love that. Tension in the original film, we need that. So what the idea I thought was that, you remember New Mutants, rubbish film. But the concept of sort of the laboratory escape.
And Anya Taylor-Joy as Magic is a
She
good
was
casting.
good. She was good, and I hope to see her return at some point. But
She won't.
who knows if she will?
She won't.
Magic from Marvel Rivals.
Magic
Yeah.
from Other
Oh
Rivals.
my lord!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
I never
annoying
pieced that
character.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that sort of going with the whole laboratory escape sort of concept is that you play around with this original concept where you're stuck with this wacky cast of people who have been experimented on. These are the first people to discover the T virus. They're in the laboratory where it was manufactured, sort of thing. And you have this opportunity to sort of do what the film didn't and build tension throughout this as these people think that everything's okay when suddenly they come to the realization that this lab is sort of the outbreak and they come face to face with zombies. What I also wanted to do with this, another thing that they could do that's interesting is, the Belko experiment?
Yes.
Yeah, was
Pretty
that,
good movie.
Was that James Gunn that was involved with
wrote
that?
it.
He wrote it. One of the things that was interesting about it that they didn't lean into as much that they should have is the idea that a lot of people were forced to use office objects as weapons.
Do you wanna put some context out to what the Belko?
Yeah, so the
experiment
Belko
actually is?
experiment is a film that basically imagined this company where all the employees come in one day and they're forced to kill a certain amount to meet quotas to allow that they can survive, otherwise their heads get blown up randomly. They just get random people.
Yeah.
And so the idea is that
Pretty big cast as well.
stacked
Polka Dot
cast.
Man
Yeah.
from Suicide Squad's in it.
All
Yeah.
of James
Michael-
Gunn's friends.
Yeah, all of his
Pretty
friends. But
much.
Sean Gunn's in it, I think.
Michael Rooker's in it.
Michael
He always
Rooker's in
is,
it.
though.
Yeah.
And the thing was that was so interesting about it is obviously it's set in an office, so people don't necessarily have access to, I don't know, a fucking rocket launcher or a gun. So you had like
They couldn't spend 80,000 coins.
Exactly. They
Also
couldn't
makes
spend any coins.
it made the deaths more interesting.
Yeah, because they were trying to use office objects, and I love that concept so much that you would transfer this over to here to create the suspense and the resource management of what the games do.
I just want to quickly
Yeah.
define for myself. When I said it makes the deaths interesting, I was thinking more on like a James A. Jenny's kill count sort of thing. Not in like I find gore entertaining. I'm
sadistic
not one of those
fuck.
weirdos
No.
in like secondary
It
school
has to be
who just
used
have like
right.
gore on
Yeah,
their phone.
yeah. It has to be
and be
used in
like,
an appropriate way.
Oh, this is so
If
cool.
the gore isn't a device in storytelling,
just
then
think-
there's no point having it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't like the terrifying movies.
That's fair. But hopefully we'll get to some more horror games another day, because we've gone 2 for 2 of horror related things. But the point is
we might
that
go a bit lighter.
Yeah, we need to go lighter next episode.
Hill.
Yes, just a little lighter. But I thought that the idea is that you sort of place these ordinary people in this lab that are discovering with you, the audience, about the T-virus. We don't just have a zombie run across the film at the start. We don't just go, yeah, there's zombies. No, it's this gradual crescendo to these people stuck in this lab. Everything's gone wrong. They've been let out of cells. It's confusing. No one knows what's happening. They don't have access to guns. Why would they have access to guns? That's for the security guards, who are now gone somewhere else. They're not there.
I also feel like, not like pivoting off of your point, I think an analog horror type story set in like tapes from the Umbrella Corporation could be a good way of adapting Resident Evil.
Yeah. Well, I haven't finished my pitch yet.
Yes.
No.
Because my pitch gets better, because the whole point about it is that it's a separate story, so there's no established characters that you need to like properly portray. Like, you know, we talked about Jill just not feeling like Jill or whatever, or Leon, you know, could have been better. There's none of that, because these are new characters, and the idea is that they're in this lab, they're being experimented on, but they're finding out about the T-virus with you, and so there's this crescendo to the reveal that they are stuck with these mutant monsters. And I sort of like the idea, use more office supply-esque weapons, makeshift weapons to sort of defeat certain enemies. You know, there's an excuse to be used where there would be gore there, but the point is that the stakes keep getting higher as they find out more. We talked about the T-virus, the G-virus.
Yes.
You experiment with that they actually discover these zombies, and they discover, but there's more. And then the ending, which is where I sort of thought more interesting about this, is that the ending is revealed that they're in the facility that developed Nemesis. And so the ending potentially teases, whether they want to do this, potentially teases a runway into a Resident Evil 3 film, where the ending is Nemesis being released.
I have 2 notes.
Yes.
First of all, I love that.
That is
such a good idea.
I'd watch it.
My first note is that it perfectly captures the core.
Yeah, I wanted the tension.
It's like I said at the start, the Resident Evil is just alienation of the normal.
Yes.
7 set in a house.
Yeah.
Let's fuck up the house.
Yeah.
7 set in a village. 8 set in a village. Let's fuck up the village. The alienation that you've set up there is perfect because it's not connected to anything.
No.
It's isolated.
Yeah.
Secondly, you've created Resident Evil's Rogue One.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, actually, now that you say that,
a 5-minute scene at the end. Nemesis walks down a corridor.
Yeah. Except that the thing about it is that obviously, because not many people would have known about that. That's a very deep reference for Resident Evil fans. Is that there is an option to sort of really deviate from any source material, which is where I sort of I played around with the idea in my head that this doesn't feel like a Resident Evil project, and in no way, shape or form do they throw it in your face and go, this film is Resident Evil's blank. No, it's just the film with it being related to Resident Evil, and that's part of the marketing.
What would you call it?
It's like Resident Evil's a backdrop.
Yeah, Resident Evil's the backdrop and the source, and sort of in the Rogue One, sort of in the Rogue fashion, is that these people being experimented on. Yeah,
alternatively, the Umbrella Corporation.
You could call it anything, because that's the point.
I would have gone with the Umbrella Accounts.
The Umbrella Accounts works, but the point is you could call it anything. I mean, again, I say set in a lab. You could set it anywhere. You could make this scene of
the Umbrella catalogue.
You could make this scene of like, oh, it's not actually a lab. It's a controlled town or village that they're experimenting on, that Nemesis has kept under the facilities, that they're living in this village, sort of Truman Show-esque. They start realising that something's wrong.
You're saying that you could even have it in the village in 8.
You could You could do that, like a Village in 8, or I know that we keep bringing up 4, and I will keep bringing up 4. You could do a spin on 4. It's not set in Spain. Obviously, that wouldn't make sense. How is Nemesis getting over? Nemesis starts swimming over.
Nemesis is in Benidorm.
It's set in Turkey instead.
It's set in Turkey instead.
No, he's sprinting at the same speed across the ocean floor.
But you don't set it in Raccoon City because you set it outside of Raccoon City. That's the idea I had. Let's just make a mini map here. Raccoon City, that's where the water mains, everything's gone wrong. This town is to the side of it where they've actually started the Nemesis project away from the city. You know, the idea that you distract public when you're doing big thing. You know, Transformers, when they were the experiments Transformers, the cover-up project was it was a dam.
Yeah.
So this is the sort of cover-up project, is the development of this town, sort of real estate land that they would experiment on Nemesis on. That's the cover-up.
Much like, apologies, Mr. Trump mobilizing his naval forces against Venezuela to distract against a certain Epstein file.
Oh.
Evening, President.
Yeah. Exactly like that. Is a cover-up project, is that they're developing this real estate.
That also is another hint
Place.
as to when this recording took place.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. Hopefully the horse historians will know.
Yeah.
But is that there's this cover-up project of this development real estate village, or town that's being sort of created on the outskirts of Raccoon City. That's where they've actually been developing.
Like a Los Alamos type thing.
Like the way they're developing Nemesis and they're experimenting with a TNG virus, which is where you introduce the residents or the people who are being experimented
The residents
on.
that are evil.
The residents that are evil, and they might be Resident Evil 2s. There might be 2 of them. Who knows?
No.
But the point is that it's a controlled experiment. They don't know that they're being experimented on. It's subtle. That they're encouraged to move to this town to populate the area. You know, they've been given benefits to go there, and that the ending is the release of Nemesis.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the idea more now that I think about it, that it's actually in a small town instead. Because I feel like the lab sort of gimmick.
It
of
would
it
get
being stuck
tired.
It gets tiring, doesn't it? And also, like I say, you can do a Truman Show-esque thing.
I mean, you can always cut to like a lab.
Well, they'd have to if they wanted to do the Nemesis reveal. So they'd have to get to a lab at some point as they experiment deeper. But the idea of it seeming like a normal town at the start.
Maybe it's like the classic Resident Evil underground lab.
Exactly.
Underground
you would
by
do
Tom
that,
Waits.
right?
The
You would
famous
do
song.
that. Underneath the...
Underground by Tom Waits, that was used in the Robot soundtrack.
Yeah.
What Robert said.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys have no idea what I'm talking about.
No. That was an obscure
The
reference.
Robots animated movie starring Ewan McGregor and Robin Williams. And it cuts down to them like whacking metal underground. And then Tom Waits, he goes, and then that's how the song goes. That's
I've
what
never watched Robots.
Me
what I was alluding to.
But it's like
I realise I'm the only one that did impressions this podcast.
Try to say you were.
Should we get some impressions in?
We could do them once I've briefly finished my pitch.
Yeah.
So
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Just say, I feel like I really am to tie back to my pitch here, guys. Come
So
on,
sorry.
hear me
So
out, guys. Hear me out. You guys would be really bad producers. Just saying.
Well, our producer didn't turn up.
Well, our producer didn't turn up actually.
It hasn't rained us in.
No.
It hasn't rated Sid, but the idea is that a genuine is just the sort of Truman Show of like everything seems fine, and then slowly there are subtle hints that actually stuff's not fine. You know, there could be a scene where there's like a guy who's being dragged away because he's infected with the T virus, and if they know that he's infected, it would ruin the entire anonymity of the project itself, which then leads into, because this is so close to Raccoon City, that's how the water supply gets contaminated, sewage systems linked. Nemesis is released, leads into a 3 film. You could have an end credit scene saying, "My name's Jill Valentine." And Nemesis is like, "My name is
And then
Nemesis."
you still get the Poggers moment for the post.
You do, because you get fan service, but it's also like casual audiences can actually enjoy a project set in a Resident Evil universe that builds
This
tension.
is a great pitch.
What I think works
I
about
really
the idea
like this pitch.
is that you can have the scientist's perspective and the human perspective, people actually living in the village.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, because these are normal people.
Yeah.
They're not badass,
Yeah.
cops. They're not anything. These are people who were paid to be part of the experiment, but they don't know they're being experimented on.
I think like most of all, it's very tragic
Yes, it is.
because obviously those people,
'cause-
presumably they die at the end.
Well, I had the idea that it was sort of there would be one survivor who has to sort of live with the burden of knowing what happened.
And his name is Ethan Winters.
Oh! Can we actually do that? And then that sets the
It's your
scene
pitch,
for-
man.
I'm gonna say we are gonna do that, and that his name could potentially be Ethan Winters if we wanted to go down the fan service route more, and then set up potentially a 7 that sort of the way you can actually, because I know I said I didn't want the film to be based explicitly on 7. You sort of play around with the fact that he's more traumatized by the events that he experienced there, and therefore it leads into an original
I mean,
project.
if we have it so he's a very young kid when it happens, like we're talking like a toddler.
So he's not the main character.
No, he doesn't have like any memory of it.
Yeah.
When he gets into 7, there's like hints that he remembers these things from somewhere.
All I'm going to say about this pitch, Alex, is that I hope Zach Kreger is listening right now.
Yeah. That was stellar work.
I think that because
That's a really good pitch.
And I'll end the segment there. Son of a pitch. That's my pitch. It's a bit more serious than my suggestion last week, and I thought I needed to actually perform to form a good.
I think that was a fantastic pitch.
So there we
That's
go.
very good. I like the tone of this episode very much.
It's not over yet.
I know.
It's impression time.
Yes.
You've been doing a lot of the impressions. I have. What I need from you, you need to act as the judge.
As the judge, like Simon Cowell.
Like Holden.
Judge Holden from Blood Meridian.
I am bald. I am pale as a ghost. I'm very tall.
And you said you were tall earlier.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to be a lot of other things to be Judge Holden stuff. I don't think you'd want to be, but he is a bad man.
We're going to go back and forth.
Right.
I'll suggest you an impression, you suggest me an impression.
Should we try and link them to...
All Resident Evil.
I do like a scoreboard,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay. I am going to suggest to you to do an impression of the liquor zombies, you know, the ones that crawl.
I have no idea what they sound. Do they make a noise?
Probably.
Right, okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, I'm judging this on what I think they'd sound like.
Yeah, okay. Make a noise that they'd make. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's actually voice actor territory. That is actually voice actor territory.
Thank you.
That was very well done.
Okay, in the same vein, what I want from you is the mold creatures in 7.
I cannot remember what they sound like. So no, actually, let's make.
I don't know what they sound like.
Can we do a different thing?
We
do what we want them to sound like now.
Yeah, well, if they don't make a noise, do what you think they should sound like.
So I'm going to do what I
mold
want.
boy.
Okay, I'm going to do what you did and sort of echo into the mic like this.
I've heard people like that at bus stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want them to sound like. Because they just grunt at you and you'd be like, stop grunting at me, you fucking idiot. And you shoot them.
Do you know when the...
Anyway, I need to suggest you one. The salamander from Resident Evil 4. Go on.
Oh my god.
Yeah. If you want some water, I can give you a prop here.
Thank you. Have you still got tonsillitis?
Oh yeah, good point. That might be. That might not be the safest thing
I have
to
some
do.
coffee.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Coffee time.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I have a really tight pocket. That was cool. That was a cool sound.
Wow.
Right, okay.
All right. Okay.
Callum should be a voice actor. He's wasting his talent on us.
Wow.
Okay.
Hit me with another one.
I'm going to go for a different vein here.
Yeah.
Nemesis stars.
After this one,
Oh, I'm trying to think what it'd sound like. Because he is a man that I think is scariest if he doesn't make noise.
No, because he says the word stars. That's what I'm asking for.
Oh, right.
I need an impression of you saying stars.
What I want him to sound like instead now. I know
just like what he sounds like.
No, but I'm doing it. We said that the concept was that what we wanted him to sound like.
Okay.
Because I cannot remember what he sounds like.
You couldn't. No, I don't think anyone could do it.
No.
Very deep.
Stars.
That was pretty good. If you just extended that would have been it.
I do like that.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys.
That was a Nosferatu impression. My bad. Okay, right. So, Callum, what's the next?
I need to be offered.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of like a really
alternative. Do we want to switch it up here? We choose our own.
Okay.
Okay, Callum, what are you doing?
I'm going to do Jack Baker.
Oh, that's
dialogue.
fun. That's fun.
Hey, boy, I'm going to take you for a ride.
That's Foghorn Leghorn, I think.
That's what he sounds like.
Boy, I say, boy, you're doing it all wrong.
I'm better at the
You're talking back to me, boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta smack you upside the head.
Just think of one I want to do. God, this is actually really hard. I want to do one of the rabid dogs, the dog enemies, but specifically
Gonna growl into the microphone. Really please.
I'll try and bark and growl into the microphone.
Don't, because I'll have to leave the room.
No, you won't. You're staying here and listening to this.
Oh my god. Has anyone got a pillow I can put over my lap?
And with that, I think.
Jeez.
One more, Robert.
One more.
One more.
One more.
This is my impression of Mr. X.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes. Can you wait? No, before
That's
we do this,
faithful,
actually,
that's
can you
faithful.
quickly do an impression of the villagers from 4? You know when they shout stuff at you. And they
Can you remember what they say?
no, because it's a fucking jibber jabber.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Ah, Bastardo!
Oh yeah, they do. Gustavo.
Gustavo!
Gustavo.
You know they're calling him like a foreigner when they say that.
Well, he is.
They're not speaking gibberish. They're saying Spanish.
Well, I know. I assume they were, but because I don't understand Spanish. To
Can
me,
you
it's
imagine
gibberish.
that'd be really funny if like just foreigner and then you get shot. That's the whole.
Un forastero!
Oh, they do say that. That's actually un forastero. That's good.
I can do a good impression of Ramon Salazar.
Okay.
Mr. Scott Kennedy, welcome to my castle. I am 6 foot.
Because he's lying.
He is lying.
He's a liar.
He's
very
lying.
good, that's very
And that is
good.
actually a very good impression.
Thank
He's a man of modest stature. And
He's
you've
6 foot.
He's 6
That's what he puts on his hinge proof.
That is
Can I
definitely what
do
he
an
does, isn't it?
impression of
Very
of a kind host of this podcast?
Indeed, you can.
Thank you
One
both.
third host.
1/3 host.
I will infect you with a virus.
Thank you. Wow.
I was going to try and infect you with the virus with my water,
You're gonna
but
give me
it
tonsillitis.
failed. It failed.
Well, thank you both for this incredible episode.
It's been a pleasure.
Of Unnatural
It's been splendid.
Selections. I think this is the new heights of this show. I feel, and I'm glad. I'm hoping that you at home, sitting on your nice comfortable couch or standing, if you're on like a tube perhaps, enjoyed what you are listening to. And I hope that we haven't lost your ears for the next episode.
This podcast has been, hold on, 1 hour and 41 minutes. I can only apologise that it wasn't 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to do a podcast with you. That's because, no, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. I'm going to
Let him drown. Let him drown.
No,
Let him
don't,
drown.
don't do this to me.
No,
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
I feel like I know where it's from, but I can't remember.
It's from Angry Birds.
Yes, it is.
Eureka! A fucking eureka moment.
Which is what we'll be doing next time if my freaky family does not work.
No, because the next episode is My Freaky Family.
It
I've
will
got it
indeed
covered.
be My Freaky Family, yes.
we
'Cause
found
we've
a new venue. We found.
No, we've been contacting the director and all the cast,
Yes.
and they've all said
Yeah, we
we've
have.
got them in a group chat,
Yes.
and they've said to us, "Yes, we'd love to do that. We would love to come on your pod. We're going to get all of them in here,
Yes. Everyone in here.
every single member of the cast.
Yeah, it's going to be very cramped in here.
It will.
Well,
You know
no,
what they
'cause
say?
if we like stack,
Freeze a podcast, falls a crowd.
Oh, wow. Wow, he's
Zinger.
got to set it. He's got to set it.
I'm happy to have all of the cast sit on my lap.
We will. Because Robert and I want our space over here. We want
Yeah,
to
I've also
breathe.
got chronic leg pain, so I can't
It does.
have things on my lap.
Am I the only one that isn't enfeebled by some disease?
No, I'm
Well-
not the trumpet guy.
I'm the trumpet guy.
In disguise. He's just got stilts on.
I haven't.
Well, do you want any closing remarks?
Those residents sure were evil. Let's put it that way. There were some really evil residents.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Imagine if they lived in a village.
Imagine if they lived in a village. Some would say that they are a biohazard.
Yeah, but no. Consider that maybe if it happens like multiple times, that would just be a requiem.
And maybe during that requiem, they were having some revelations.
I'm having some revelations too.